All right, so what's up, y'all? It's the real DJ Red again. Um, I was getting prepared for a wedding that I got coming up this Saturday, um, and I'm just going to show you how I prepare the playlist for the wedding ceremony, reception, and requests and stuff like that. So right now, I'm just going to show you the ceremony part. Let's see here. Okay, so this is what my music request form or playlist form looks like. I've changed it several times already, but this is more than likely the way that I'm going to leave it. And this is usually, let's say, the format for the ceremony. So, sometimes you might have the parents' entrance on there. Um, if the parents are still with us. If they're no longer with us, we sometimes leave that blank, or the bride or groom might want a particular song played um, in memory of their parents and stuff like that. So you got the parents' entrance song, which is "Endless Love." That's by Luther Vandross. I already started working on this here, so let me back up just a second. So what we want to do, if you're using Serato, this will work for you with Virtual DJ. I'm not sure if that could be done, but I'm gonna show you something here. Once you're doing, if you're using Serato, what you want to do is just make up some subcrates. So I'm gonna make up a short one real quick, and then I'm gonna come back to the actual one that I'm working on. So to make a subcrate real quick, you're gonna need about average 4 crates. Okay, so you got 15 down here at the bottom. I'm gonna make another one that's 16, 17, and then 18. So what you want to do? Double tap, and let's say I'm gonna just put uh, Johnson wedding, and I use today's date. What's 8? So 10. Okay. So now you got Johnson wedding. Okay. That is going to hold all of these 3 folders in here. So the next one you want to do is the ceremony. Okay. Next one you want to do is the reception. I'm trying to type too fast, yeah. And the third one you want to do is the request. So what you want to do, you want to take each one, drop it into that one. So now you got everything all in one. All you do is just double. You don't even have to double tap. Just tap the little white part here, and everything will drop down. So that's how you create your subfolder for doing weddings. Um, Once you start dropping everything in, as far as the songs that you need, you can drop them in, and you can drop them in the order that you would need on here. Okay, so I'm gonna, like now, I don't have to. If I don't put anything in this folder, if I shut down Serato and open it back up, this is going to disappear. So I don't have to worry about deleting it right now. So let's go back to the Ferriar wedding that I'm doing on Saturday. So, all right, so see, let's go back real quick. First one was Endless Love. Second one was anyone who, excuse me, had a heart. Both of those are Luther Vandross. Let's go back to Serato. I did drop them in order. So what you're going to do is tap this on here, and bam, now they're in the same order as they are on the music request form. Next one is I Found Love, BB and CC Winans. Okay. Let's see where. Okay, very top. Drop that in the ceremony. Okay. Next one is Why I Love You, major. think it's called This Is Why I Love You. Or Why I Love You. Okay. All right, so we're going to drop that in the ceremony. Now let's go back to the ceremony folder. Now everything is already in here, and they're going in the order as they're to be played. Now I'll go through each song one by one. It might have been something that I have in my hard drive, and it might have been something that I have not played. The reason why I go through each one of the songs to make sure that I have cue points set for each one. Okay? Cue point is already set. Major, Why I Love You. Cue point already set. Okay? Let's continue. Here and Now, Luther Vandross. And there's several different ones on there because some of them might have different versions. And yes, I do have some duplicates in here, and I need to clean it up. So let me check this one. And yes, cue point is set. So, and it's off of my Billboard 100s. Came out 1990. Drop that in the ceremony. Okay. And Stevie Wonder asks, I believe I do have that. Bingo. See. And it is something that I have played before because it has a cue point on there. All right, and that's it for the ceremony. Right here, we have the reception part. There's no song listed for the parents. More than likely, the parents are going to be already seated. Usually, in a case like this, I'll ask the bride and groom, hey, do you want me to acknowledge your parents even though they are seated before introducing the bridal party and then the bride and groom? Most of the time, if they're already seated, just want to acknowledge the parents of the bride, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, and also the parents of the groom, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, and go from there. But that is on a different form. I should have that back to them today. But I should have it back from them today from this guy here, Larry Witt. He's the coordinator. I've worked with him several times before. So now, ceremony is done. All right, all of the songs are there. Now we move on to the reception, and you continue doing the same thing for the reception. Everything is already in order. That way, you're not looking around for all of your songs. Everything will be right here in the Serato file. Same thing when it gets down to bouquet toss and all of that, you'll put all of that on the reception. Okay. They also they wrote out a playlist on here which would go under your requests. This is stuff that can be played during dinner, for dancing or whatever. This list here, you can rearrange this list according to how you would do it. Let's say, let me see, Sunshine. You can take any one of these songs here, Angela Winbush, for example. One of my favorite songs from the 80s, late 80s, late 80s, Angel. Stuff like that you can play during dinner. I can tell from this list here, from the artists that they're giving me, they're old school. And I really like that. It's old school. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Jermaine Jackson, Feeling Free, that you'll play during dancing. Luther Vandross, Bad Boys Having a Party, that you'll play during dancing. Okay? Before I Let Go, definitely a must. I know that crowd. They're definitely old school. Holly Dolly. Some of you guys might not know about that, but you can look it up as an old school song from back in the, I'm going to say, late 70s. Back when a lot of people used to go skating in the park and stuff like that. especially in the New York area. But Mystical, Danger, yeah, that definitely old school. This would be definitely the type of crowd that I really, really like. Then you got your line dancers down here, the wobble, the twist, the cha-cha slide, Cupid shuffle, all of that stuff. Let me see. Okay, that's it. So with that there, you would put all of those songs in the requests. Um, Majority of it, I would probably line them up in BPM from the slowest to the fastest. Slowest you can play during dinner as things go along, and of course, you got to stop and do the bouquet toss and all of the other stuff. I usually recommend getting all of this stuff out of the way before opening up the dance floor. What happened is if you open up the dance floor and you start doing a wobble and all of this other stuff here, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask for everyone to please take their seats. And what happened is everyone that was on the floor dancing, you will get probably less than half of them to come back to the floor if you stop to do any of this activities here. So I already spoke it over with Larry. Larry agrees, and go from there. Simple tips like that you can suggest to your clients. If they don't want to do it, then hey, it's just a suggestion, and you can tell them, hey, from my experience, half of the people do not get up, from the seats once they've sat back down. A lot of them tend to leave. The venue where I'm playing at, which I will do a big video on that one this weekend. The venue I'm playing at, played there several times. In fact, the last time I did a wedding there, the coordinator at the time went against what I suggested, and out of 250 people that was probably on the guests that were there, I'm gonna say at least 220 was on the floor. And by the time I stopped the music and came back on, um, less than 50 got back up on the floor. I'm gonna just leave it like that. So, bottom line is, this is how you would create your wedding setup. You can also do the same format for parties. If someone is having let's say a 50th birthday, 30th birthday, and they want a special song to walk in on, you make sure you can set up a folder with their name on there, put the date on there, and go from there on that one. And you can add in a folder, their grand entrance or whatever. I had a party a couple of weeks ago with the birthday person had two entrants because they went back and changed clothes. So this format have been working for me for a while. If you guys got any suggestions, I'm always open for suggestions. Um, Again, I don't know everything. I work with I use what works for me. You guys might have a simpler technique that might even make it everyone else's life easier. So, again, you can try that out there. Let me know what you think, and you know, please like, subscribe, and share videos. Thank you guys, all of the new followers. I've seen all of them guys on there. Um, I've seen somebody, a DJ Trini or something like that. Forgive me. I'm trying to respond and remember everyone on there, but I don't want to start calling everyone's name out right now. Shout out to all of my early followers as well. DJ Alex Star, Toxic Entertainment, DJ King Tim, um, Big Dooley, Ravi Hard Rain Entertainment, a couple other people out there as well. I don't want to. Let me not stop calling. Let me stop calling out names. But again, guys, this is the way how I usually set up for a wedding. I got a wedding this week, and they just gave me the list last week. I usually get my list back in at least 2 weeks in advance, but because of Miami Carnival weekend and a lot of activities going on down here in Florida, Bethune-Cookman University homecoming, Florida A&M University homecoming. They had the big game versus FSU. That was another big thing also. Because of all of those activities going on, I'm just getting to this right now. But you guys can let me know how this works for you, and go from there. So, and again, once you put the songs in, you can just drag the songs in the order that you want to. You can always come back if it's not in order. Let's say how it's looking on this one here. If it's not in order, you could always click the hashtag or number sign up here at the top, and they'll automatically put everything in order for you. Um, and you can do it in each one of the folders like that. Again, when you're doing, let's say, the request, I'm just clicking on this folder here. Let's say if these were the songs for request, and you're doing it during dinner or whatever. Of course, you want to start off on the slowest and wait until you get the dance floor open to start playing some of these ones that are, well, the BPM is a little bit faster, even though the BPM is wrong on this. So let me show you guys something else real quick. I'm gonna make this a double video. Let's play. Hope I don't get issues with copyright for this or whatever. But again, I'm just using this just to show the copyright on here. Hang on a second. All right, so let me turn this back down. All right, so the major is showing up at 112 BPMs. Let me show you guys how to change this out real quick. Double tap the BPM. If you're on a MacBook, hold down the Option key, hit the down arrow. It will cut this in half. You hit enter. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to edit this tag? Warning, beat grid may be edited. That's what you want. So you're going to change that. The BPM on here is actually 56. It wasn't 112, so it's 56. Same thing with the Luther Vandross. Double tap it, hold down the Option key, hit the down arrow at the same time, hit enter twice, and it's at 58. Stevie Wonder, let's see. I can't turn it up too loud because I'm using the internal mic on here. So, all right. So this one here is right. It's at 103 BPM, so that one could stay. So again, now if we change this up, and it goes around, now major would be the first song up there, and the Stevie Wonder being that it's more up tempo, 103 BPMs. It might be a little bit off, but I'll go back through the beat grid later on. The Stevie Wonder was showing up as 103. So again, if you guys got any questions, comments or whatever, please leave them below. I do respond to everyone as soon as possible, as soon as I can. I get notifications to my phone from off of YouTube, and I can respond to it the best way that I can. So, or as soon as I can, rather. If anyone got any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Also, please subscribe if you're just watching this. Please subscribe. I try to do as many videos as I can. I'm going to put out another video later on this week. I'm going to see how much video I have from this weekend. It was kind of hectic. A lot of things didn't go the way that I should have. But I'm going to try to put out a video for that one this week. And I will be doing a video for the wedding that I'm doing this coming Saturday. So let me go ahead and shut this down. And I'm going to say peace. DJ Red with 2 Ds.